Welcome to the While You Wait podcast, because while you wait to charge your electric vehicle, you can listen to me and us and the car and everything else that happens on the road. Now, why is McDonald's the way McDonald's is? This is like a huge company, right? And every time we're on the road, we see so many. Oh, the ambulance is going that way.
Longer podcast.
It's red over here. It's red. Not good. Not good. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're not stuck under the.
Under the tunnel and the viaduct, the bridge. Okay, longer podcast. We are talking about road trips, and well, since we do our own road trips all EV, all electric because of the Tesla. Let me put you in it. What Alex? Well, sometimes we have to stop, and sometimes we have to eat. And most people, when they do podcasts, and no, not podcasts. Most people, when they do road trips, what they do is that they stop and eat at fast food restaurants. Yeah, like McDonald's. But there's many other fast food restaurants. I mean, when I was younger, we would always go to McDonald's, mostly McDonald's. I was not a Burger King kid because my parents were just not really Burger King people, I guess. You were more Harvey's, right?
Yeah, because my father didn't like McDonald's.
See? So, where you do go when you're young to the fast food, I think does definitely affect where you'll stop then. But the thing is that there's still like more McDonald's than there are Arby's, like on the road, and there's still maybe even more like Burger King, A&W's. So not all food chains are the same. If you're in Canada versus the US is different. You might have Jack in the Box in Canada, in the US, but in Canada you might not have as many. Yeah, or even as like some chains don't even exist in Canada, like in Burger. But you know that because we've done videos on that before. Midnight Smoke, cool, I made it. Yes, thank you for making it. Awesome. Okay, so when we're on the road, we often see, well, the rest areas for sure, but then there are all of the fast foods because they have drive-thru. Now, this is something interesting because most of the time when I'm in the car and I'm going to eat something, it's usually also a bathroom, washroom. I don't know how you guys do a toilet, like pit stop. So you go there to pee and then to eat and then to like undo your legs or whatever. But you kind of do all of them at the same time. That is what makes the, I guess, road trip enjoyable. As kids, the treat is the fast food. If you don't get the fast food, it kind of sucks. Like road trips suck. It's just this long. You're doing nothing in the back seat. Well, when I was a child, there wasn't really that much smartphones. So maybe nowadays you have like in-car entertainment and you can watch a movie and do all that stuff. I mean, we would bring books, coloring books, toys, random stuff, but still, it was long, right? You look by the window, you play some games, like I see Spy with My Little Eye, or stuff like that. That's all road trip things that you do. But at one point, you feel hungry. Now, let's talk about McDonald's, because again, that's the one I grew up on, but that is the one that is the biggest, like worldwide biggest, not just Canada and the US and all of North America, but it's just this huge. I read that the Golden Arches, when asked between two different things, the Golden Arches, most people knew what they were. Like 88% of the people knew what they were worldwide. And then they compared that to like the Christian cross. And only like 44% of people like associate it to Christianity, because I guess the cross is also pretty much a cross. But still, that's all to say how McDonald's is like seeped into us, right? It's like I also saw this like YouTube video that said that babies, and we're talking babies, like children under 4 years old, if you give them chicken McNuggets, I'm not saying you should do that, but if you give them chicken McNuggets, and you wrap them in a McDonald's wrapper, so they're in the McDonald's box, and they have like McDonald's stuff all over the chicken McNuggets, even if they are the same McNuggets, so in the other bowl, there's the same McNuggets, but they're not wrapped in McDonald's anything, the child, like baby child, will prefer the McDonald's ones. Imagine how strong the brand is. Imagine how McDonald's is like intensely into our minds. So I find this fascinating. Now, I'm probably one of the people who saw The Founder, the McDonald's movie, but maybe a lot of you have seen it too. And so The Founder was a great movie. I find it's a great movie, but it did bring to light a lot of the stuff about business, and the hustle and the everything behind the business. And so there's kind of two camps of people on the McDonald's movie, The Founder. There's the ones that are like for Ray Kroc, that's the guy who actually ended up with McDonald's, and well, the two brothers that started McDonald's. So the guys that had the McDonald's name, like that's their last name. So that's how it all went down. And I want to talk about all of this in this podcast, the While You Wait podcast. If you didn't know, we have a podcast playlist so you can binge listen to. Is that a word? Can you binge listen? Or do you only binge watch? I feel like BW is cool, but BI, BL, binge listen. Binge listen.
Is that the thing?
I don't know. So the podcast, definitely go there. Go check it out. Listen to the ones you haven't listened to, and yeah, or the teams that you would like us to do in the future. So why do I always stop at McDonald's? I think that personally, I mean, it's really just seeped into, well, family memories when I was a child, and then the fact that McDonald's is still highly advertising, like on TV, on billboards. You kind of see them pretty much everywhere, right? And well, also the fact that it's McDonald's, so that you don't only see them on the internet, on television, radio, all of these things, but you also see them when you're on the road. The M. The M, not the big arches anymore, because like most actual McDonald's restaurants don't have the arches anymore. Like there's a few ones during road trips that we saw, but like the one I just went to didn't have any big arches. It was just a normal style, I guess, new style McDonald's. So I think that's probably one of the reasons, but then there's many other subtle reasons. The fact that you always know what you're getting at McDonald's, right? You know that if you go to McDonald's, you'll get like the Big Mac and it's gonna taste like a Big Mac. You'll get the nuggets and it's gonna taste exactly like nuggets. So you're on the road, you're tired, you're hungry. Often on the road you don't really stop beforehand. You stop when it's already too late. You're like the burgers are a bit like on a slippery side. It's like they stack them, but not really one on top of each other. They stack them. I don't know, like they stack them fast, right? So it slips. So that's all I have to say. That's kind of about McDonald's in that way. The rest is all good things. Now you might be like, Piper, what is this related to, like electric vehicles, road trip, and all that? Well, I'll get to it. Now, in the movie The Founder, what's really interesting is that you learn that McDonald's is not actually like only a fast food restaurant, but they also own most of the land they're on. So they're more like a real estate company. They're more like they own land. Yeah, and all over the world, right? So that's really what they're doing. That's really where a lot of their money is. And then they just on top of that kind of sell you burgers. But most of the money of McDonald's is in the other McDonald's corporation, I guess, and that's the one that owns land. I find that interesting for those who don't know that, because that's probably why there are McDonald's everywhere, right? And because why is McDonald's still there? Like we have franchise all over, and some of them are not doing great. Like some franchises, fast food restaurants, they have to close locations. And so they have to make sure that like they only keep open the locations that are doing best, that have most customers and things like that. But maybe that allows for McDonald's a bit of more leeway. I'm not sure. I'm just saying it like this. That's kind of interesting that McDonald's has all of this going on for it, and they sell you burgers. Another cool thing that I learned, and that was while doing a video, is that McDonald's didn't actually get the drive-thru. Yeah, until later. Yeah. So there was other fast food restaurants that pull your car in, and then somebody, hopefully in roller skates, would come and take your order, and then it was long, it was just all that stuff happened, and sometimes you wouldn't get the right order. you would eat out of your car, but it was kind of cold because it had to get to you in plates and real trays, real utensils, real everything. We're talking before we started using maybe styrofoam. And then as things went by, well, there are drive-through came along, but the drive-through first only with windows. Yeah, so it was just a window that you would pull to, and then you would ask for what you want, like order, and they would give it to you through the window. You would pay, and everything would happen there. But that's the thing. Uh, there's this guy from In and Out Burger. Well, he invented the actual speaker. Yeah, the speaker you speak in. Back in the day, you remember these big boxes, that were sticking out. Now there's just a panel that's nice and sleek, and you can actually hear what the person is saying. Well, it's kind of like a walkie-talkie, but you don't need to press the button, right? So that's the guy from In and Out Burger who invented that in 1948. So they have the drive-through, and they were doing this whole thing. It made it, I guess, more easy and accessible to have this infrastructure implemented. Because if you take the statistics from nowadays, about 65 to 75% of all orders at fast food restaurants come from the drive-through. And I mean, this is great because you can have a pretty big kitchen or a pretty efficient kitchen, serve a lot more people, because you have this drive-through, so you can make more money, but you don't need to sit them down. So you don't need this huge space that you need to heat, electrify, Wi-Fi, all that stuff, and clean all the time. So you can have washrooms for sure. You're going to need them for your indoors clients, but even though a few of those who take the drive-through are going to use the washrooms, it's never going to be all of them. Because some of them might be heading home, or they're really just passing through, and they want the food. They don't want to stop, per se. Some are going to stop to the drive-through and then go to the washroom, and then some are going to go to the washroom and not the drive-through. So and not buy, yeah, because it's McDonald's. So you're like, it's like Walmart. You can do it. So I think that's kind of one of the reasons that McDonald's is great, is that McDonald's also has like this really like identical menu, identical meals everywhere. You know what you're getting. So when you're on the road, you just spot it, you get there, In and Out, bam, even though it's not called In and Out Burger, and then everything's fine. So do we only have a few people here? But thanks for being here, and thanks for watching and listening, because you're listening to While You Wait, the podcast that you listen to while you wait for your EV to charge or to get an EV, because not everybody has an EV, or not yet. You guys, we're working on it. You might get one later in the future. Okay, what else did I have to talk about? Oh yeah, so the washrooms, bathrooms at McDonald's. This is interesting because, like I was saying with Walmart and McDonald's, there are legit, since we've been traveling on road trips for the past 3 months, like pretty much on and off, but a lot, there's a lot of times when there aren't any rest areas, especially when you start coming closer to more dense population area. Of course, if you're like on the highway and there's nothing, like you're between two cities or something like that, there's a good chances there's going to be a rest area, especially on these like huge highways like the Trans-Canadian, because there's trucks, right? Like the big trucks, vans, semis, and all of that are delivering things. So they need rest areas, or they need places to shower and all those things. Those are often, well, near gas stations or like in gas station, but there's also just normal, regular rest areas. So you get some of those, but as closer you get to towns, cities, or all of these mostly dense population, then you're kind of stuck. If you need to go to the rest area, well, you can't, because there are none. And then you don't know every public washroom. If you're just passing through a city or a town, you have no idea what they are, where they are. And it's like there's not really a big consensus, well, in Canada, of like public washroom displays, or where you can go to the washroom. So what you're gonna do? You're probably gonna go to a McDonald's. You're probably gonna go pee there and then continue your road trip. It's the easiest thing to do. and you find excuses in your head to be like, you know what, the other time I went and I didn't pee. So it's like they owe me one. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
owe
that,
me one.
yeah, that's how I think about it. But then the other time I went. So in general, if of course if you always go to Burger King and you only go pee at McDonald's, I think that's not great. You shouldn't do that. Yeah, because then you need to get a little bit of money back, right? Or else this that make no sense. So I go to McDonald's because I go to McDonald's. Okay, so don't do it the other way around. But there are still like a lot more McDonald's, so a lot more washrooms that you could go to than there would be any rest area or public restrooms. I mean, okay, just if you go to a McDonald's instead of a rest area, that's okay. So that's 7.5 times more McDonald's than the actual rest stops. So, I mean, it's not like that the city's planned for architecture and planned for McDonald's to be there, but at the same time, McDonald's are there and they work great. And you know what you're getting, burgers and the little things that you could buy per piece that were cheaper, but can do a whole thing. And the other thing is, they actually locked the price. Yeah, so they locked the price of the McValue meals for 1 year, meaning for 1 year, they promise you that it's going to be $5. And it's going to stay like that for the whole year. All the while, of course, everybody else is doing it. Like I've seen Subway that has value meals. I've seen A&W has value meals. Like everybody's doing value meals now, or meals that are smaller, but not everybody is doing a round price. And that's another super interesting fact is that prices that are like $4.99 are called charm prices. Because your brain only sees the four. Yeah, it's a left thing, even though you're right-handed. Doesn't matter. But McDonald's decided to do the round number. And I mean, it's true that at the beginning, so when they started doing that, the $4.99 and these type of marketing tactics and techniques, very psychological, can get 24% more sales. They tried a completely different tactic. We're telling you it's $5, it's $5. It's not $4.99. It's not a weird number. It's $5, and it's gonna stay $5. And I mean, it's true that it's easier to say, "Oh yeah, the McValue meals are all at $5," and to share that information with your friends, family, anybody, than to actually say something like, "Yeah, all of the McValue meals are $4.95." There's one that's easier to share with people than the other one. So I kind of understand that, but still kind of risky compared to 24% more. So we'll see how that goes in the future. But you should definitely watch the upcoming episodes because I did a whole episode about the McValue versus the Big Mac wins in the food context. So do you get more food and which one costs more? Yeah, it's gonna be super interesting. So make sure you check that one out. Okay, perfect. We're doing great. Now, that's all I have to say about McDonald's for now. If you're a McDonald's fans, or maybe you're another type of fast food fan, I would love to know on trips, where do you stop? Do you stop at McDonald's or do you stop somewhere else? Also, well, the While You Wait podcast is there for you whenever you need it, whenever you want it, because it's on the YouTube channel. So you can just go and click it and listen to my voice whenever, wherever you want. Don't forget to unplug. Meaning the podcast is the best way to do that. That way you don't really look at your screen. You just hear me. And that's better for your brain sometimes. So go walk in nature and listen to the While You Wait podcast. Thank you for joining. And yeah, listen to me whenever you need to. Okay, bye.